my God!
Right, evening. Welcome to Three Fish on the Shirt, the newest of the Mariners podcasts. I'm Dave Dixon, and this is Steve Risley. Good evening, Steve.
Hello, David. How are we doing?
Yeah, not so bad, thank you. Just reminded to people that you can find us on Twitter, X, as it's now known, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. If you ask to join, we've got a closed group, but anybody can join if you just ask. You can find us under the name of @3fish on the shirt, or one word with a number 3 at the start. And we've also joined this week Blue Sky, which is the new Twitter equivalent, which has come about for people who don't like being under Elon Musk's regime. So we're also on Blue Sky @3fishonthe-shirt.bsky.social. And you can also find us, for our episodes on YouTube, Podbean, and this week on any of the places you can find podcasts on the iHeart network. And that particularly one of our listeners in the US managed to tip us off that we couldn't be found in the US on Podcast Addict, which we've now rectified. So if anybody else has got any trouble getting hold of us in any of the formats or locations where you get your podcasts, let us know. We'll do our best to get submitted in the right area. So, Steve, back to the weekend's action. Town going into the game off a 5-match winning streak in away games. How were you feeling before the game about the possibility of making it 6 out of 6?
I was thinking we had a good chance, but Newport, I've always found them to be quite a hard place to go. And I've been to a couple of games down there, actually, and they've both been 0-0 a few years ago. So
Yeah.
I was quite optimistic, but it is a tough place to go, and we can't keep winning all the time away from home. So I'm happy with a draw.
I've been surprised by our away form, as many people have. I mean, it's equal the best club record, or equal the club record of 5. And I had a feeling it would have to come to an end at some time. My only hope was that if it was this week, it wouldn't be a defeat. And I think a point away keeps everybody positive, particularly given the performance wasn't too bad.
It keeps the unbeaten run going, doesn't it, away from home? So it's I think it's a good point to go down there and win. And it's a tough place to go. But it sounds like we deserved the point. So
yeah, any pair of back-to-back away games. If you'd have said, "Would you take 4 points from 6?" You'd be snapping people's hands off, wouldn't you?
And two clean sheets as well.
2 clean sheets, exactly, and it gives a big confidence boost to Jordan Wright, who we'll talk about as he featured a key part in the game. So going into the game, Town had a Bristol Street Motors match against Chesterfield, which Dave Artell used to. We were not interested in the competition, so but was a really good run out for the young lads who did quite well to only get beat 3-2 off of a team that contained Paddy Madden and Fleck, who they've just signed. So I think lots to be positive about going forward. A good bit of time in the legs, and Cameron
Gardner.
I don't think of his name for a minute. Got his first goal, which was
a good goal as well.
It was.
It was a good finish. So yeah, we played Gardner, and there was a couple of other youth team players, weren't there, playing?
Henry Brown.
Henry Brown, who I really like. I think
Yeah,
he's a really good player, really impressive. And Callum Storr,
yeah,
centre half, and David Artell was really raving about him, saying how he looked like a 30-year-old
yeah,
up against Paddy Madden, the way he just caressed him and dealt with him.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Henry
'Cause
Brown, yeah, another one.
physicality is an issue there, isn't it? And the confidence to go
Yeah,
at players, and I think giving them that experience is good. And I think probably that's as much use as that competition is. Um, going into the game is sort of quite positive, regardless of the result at Chesterfield. And Artell says he's doing his best to push the lads forward and consolidate at the same time. So not shoving them in and then leaving them in to suffer. So they get their
no,
experience gradually. And notice he's using Cameron Gardner quite sparingly, isn't he, at the minute? He's been in and out.
yes, he really thinks he's going to be a good player, and I mean, to get his first goal, he's going to be buzzing, isn't he? So I think if he just keep his feet on the ground, and I think he's going to be. He said Artell said he could be our number 9
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
for the future. So
yeah. I've heard
that's
him
going to
say
big
that.
him up, innit? That he's gonna love hearing that from the
Yeah,
manager.
and hopefully it does that and not puts too much pressure on him. I think that's
Mm,
important too, isn't it, as a young lad? But having confidence in him is one thing. I think I think I've said it previously on here that I think once he starts scoring, I think he will. His confidence will shoot up, and
I
we'll
think
see
he will.
more
Yeah.
on target stuff it in the back of the net.
Yep.
So going into the game, Newport had a few injuries and suspensions, but Town felt like it was going to be a tough game, and as you said, never an easy place to go.
No.
And we had a few knocks going into the game, which needed assessing. But we sort of went out with a pretty strong side. The back four in midfield and 2-3 up front, depending on how you choose to arrange the formation.
Yeah.
And the game started a bit scrappy, to be honest. There's a few nice bits of play where McEachran, who featured in the week before's top tacklers in League Two, him and Evan Corey with 48 and 42 tackles, alongside the only other player that was in the 40s, which was Gavin Kilkenny, who's recently signed for Swindon, who's on 40. So we best keep that quiet from anybody who might be circling, because they're
Yeah.
crap, really, aren't they? Them two, I wouldn't
Yeah.
listen to anybody.
Couldn't fight their way out of paper bag.
Yeah. Shh. So yeah, McEachran picked up a nice ball in midfield, knocked through Green early on, but the shot went wide. Sort of midway through the first half, there was a great chance when Jordan Wright saved from one of the Newport forwards and parried the ball straight out to Camwa, who was one of the danger men
Mm,
on the left for Newport, and he saved the second shot as well. My one concern about that, and I've tweeted about it during the game, was that it's all right making a great save, but it's not great if he parries straight into the path of an oncoming forward, and I think that's a bit of
no.
the game that probably needs to work on. That said, Max Crocombe, I remember doing it in the Brighton game, for example. Pull off a
Yeah. Yeah.
fantastic save, and you'd want to see him get it clear of the goal, wouldn't you? Easy said for me, but it's a bit
Yeah.
of the game.
He's definitely improving now. Right. And he looked really good. What bits I saw on Saturday, some of the
Yeah,
saves he's
yeah,
pulling off,
yeah.
just fantastic.
And we saw that in the early part of the season, didn't we? But he seemed to lose his way, and I think he's admitted. And I think when we covered it last time, was that he forgot a little bit about some of his proper duties in trying to pick up some of the play out from the back
Yeah,
duties.
yeah. I was trying to remember. 'Cause he started the season as number
Yeah,
one
yeah,
goalie, and then he got taken out of the team, dropped
yeah,
basically. Eastwood came in,
yeah.
he got injured, and Wright must have got injured as well at some point because he was. Then we got the
He
emergency.
hurt his
The,
shoulder
emer-
while he was out, didn't he? Yeah,
that's it, yeah. And then the emergency goalie came in, and he did okay, and now Wright's back in the team again. So we've had
yeah,
3 different
yeah.
goalies. You think about it, it's
Yeah, so he's had time
quite
to
quite.
ponder, though, hasn't he? He's got a chance to make it his own again, the number one shirt,
Mm,
hasn't he? So he seemed to be doing that at the weekend for sure. Um, on 40 minutes, Town had the ball in the net with a scrambled effort between Barrington Green and Svan Thorson. but the ball across the back of the goal was deemed to be offside. I think it was from Green, and Sven Thorsen smuggled the ball to Rose, who poked it over the line, but to no avail, and that was disallowed. I think there was some dissent afterwards from David Artell to say that it was never offside, but such is life.
Yeah.
These things are sent to trials, and there was a feeling at the same time town were getting away with a few of the decisions from the ref, particularly from the Newport fans. But all that would be to change in the second half, which we'll come to. The dangerous camera was taken off just before half time, and there was quite a bit of added time for injuries at half time. And the other thing I noted at the weekend was that Sven Thorsen was really struggling, and he came off at half time. So, what are your thoughts on Sven Thorsen at the minute? Because it's not the first
Well,
time he's had a quiet game.
and David Artell said it was tactical
Yeah,
to bring him off.
Yeah, because he wasn't playing very well. Well,
Yeah.
it's probably unfair to say he wasn't playing very well. He was a bit anonymous. He wasn't getting into the game, which is probably
Yeah.
slightly different in fairness to him. But we've got to find a way, haven't we, with him?
We've got to find a way with him, and I'm still not sure what his best position is, or to influence the game, because he's a good player. He's
Well,
just
you can
get him
see.
on the. He's just got to get on the ball a bit more and bring him into the game a bit more.
Yeah, it's just those little
Um,
touches. I always felt that um, springing him from a tight position in defence in transition would be a really good way to use him. But we don't
mm,
seem to have done that yet, do we? Because he's quick.
he is quick, yeah. He's
Little
never going to
dink
be
ball
an.
over to the right wing. Ooh, little dink over the ball to the right wing. In a transition, which
Mm,
Hume or someone like that could, or one of the midfield lads in McEachran and Corey could quite easily do, and we don't seem to have got that. Green seems to be that driving force forward, and we've not
yeah.
used him in that way. But
No, he's a bit of an enigma at the minute, and hopefully he's going to get better. He will improve and get settled in.
yeah,
Um, we'll see how he goes, but I'm still not sure about him yet. So,
the other way
what?
is him. He's got really quick feet. And
Mm,
slipping the ball to him on an attack. When you get into that sort of edge of the box, and you've got your right
mm,
wing back push forward, and you want to slip him in down the outside, and then he's got quick enough feet to skin a defender, which you don't see people have try to go round people much nowadays. It's all
no,
very pinball chess.
quick pass.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get the ball. You don't.
ditch passing.
You give it and go. Give it and go. Oh,
All right,
forget that in a minute.
no
Yeah, I'm
worries.
all right. Yeah. So it's yeah. I mean, he can almost play maybe in like not a striker, but just behind the
Yeah,
striker,
yeah,
or
number
just in a
10.
bit.
Yeah,
Like he was just number 10, so he
yeah.
can just play the ball around, like McAtee and Taylor did
Yeah,
together.
I mean,
Put him up
he's
with.
not got the physicality of McAtee, but from a
No.
going forward point of view, I mean, at the Salford game, he created a goal by pulling strings on the edge of the box, for example, didn't he, with Gardner and Barrington? So yeah, I think there's work to be done. I think there's still a great, and David Artell makes a great point on this, is the fact that he's still getting used to things. It's must all be a bit odd. He's only a young lad.
Mm.
He's come over to a brand new country. Everything's probably a little bit weird, and now the cold weather's coming. He'll
Yeah.
turn
Oh,
into
it's
the
lovely.
Iceman, and everybody else will be wearing
Yeah.
gloves and
He'll still have his short sleeves on, and
yeah, and he'll be
yeah,
lapping it
I
up.
mean he's probably used to -20, isn't he? Because they
Probably
play probably on through artificial surfaces.
good.
But yeah, I'm hoping he's going to come. Keep playing
I
him.
believe in him, and I think
Mm.
I really want him to do well. But like I say, as
He's,
yet, it's just like you say, enigma's a good word. You see little flashes of it, but at the moment, there's a little bit
yeah,
of anonymity in games.
I don't think he's almost too nice. If you know what I
Yeah,
mean, he comes across as
yeah,
a bit shy, maybe. I know, and the team was trying to push him. Was it the Wimbledon game towards the town fans?
yeah.
Did you see that to
I
do
did. Yeah,
the old and he didn't want to do it, but there was like pushed
yeah,
him. No,
yeah. I
no,
was making him do it.
you
Yeah.
could do it. You could do it.
No,
And
I agree with that. Yeah, that's right.
bit shy, but he wants to maybe just mix it up a little bit.
Yeah,
He'll come.
yeah. And so in the second half, we got um, Luca on for him, and he looked a good option. Looked confident on the ball, and
Yeah.
he had a good shot in the first couple of minutes of the second half after good work by him and Green and Rose. Hudlin had a chance not long after that, and Wright had made a good save as well. But in the middle of the half, 58 minutes, there was the penalty decision, which was a bit of a bolt out of the blue. Really, the game was
Yeah.
fairly scrappy, and as it had been for most of the time. And then there's a ball played into the box. I think one of their right winger ran across the edge of the box. I'll pop the clip on in a sec. And
Backheeled it.
backheeled it. Hudlin ran onto it, and just as he was going to kick it, Green got his foot in
And
cleanly as you
just,
like, the ball away, and Hudlin, all 6'9" of him, collapsed like a baby
yeah.
giraffe. And that's great tackle. Everybody's Hume's looking to clear it. Next thing, beep, penalty. What?
Yeah. You just got to look at the ball. Just look direction of the ball.
Yeah.
It changed direction with his tackle.
Yeah.
It was
And the referee
just
was feet away, wasn't he?
he was just literally there. And just you can't get your head around what he saw. I don't know.
No.
It's the referees. Even their bench, their manager said it wasn't a penalty. I
Yeah.
think everybody agreed it wasn't a penalty.
Yeah.
Just a referee.
And in all honesty, justice was done, and I called it the right kind of justice.
Right kind of
'Cause,
justice with
you know,
a W.
he got down to it really well. I mean, you think how tall he is.
Mm,
He got down to it
was
really
hell of a
well,
save.
didn't he? The great save.
He looked really good Saturday, so I reckon he's gaining in confidence.
Yeah, I
He
think
just
so.
and yeah, we're seeing quite a few players developing now.
Yeah.
McCrackeran's coming. There's McJanet is looking brilliant to me. Hume as well.
Yeah.
They're all starting to
I think one of the things
gel.
about McJanet is he goes through the game, and he's almost unnoticeable because you don't have kittens when the ball comes to him. He just
No,
goes about his
he's,
work quietly, and you kind of forget he's there. Although you do know he's not missing from the game, but he's
no, but he's just there doing his job, isn't
exactly. Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
He's too good for League Two. I think he really is a good player. Shh.
Yeah.
When Curry starts scoring goals, he's gonna be too good as well.
Oh yeah. He had a chance in the second half as well, and just got that feeling that it was that. Oh my god, I've got a chance. And it was just
Yeah, he's done well,
snatched at it
Curry,
a bit.
but he's going to have to start popping a few in, I think, if he can.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
there
yeah,
you go.
he got that. I think 74th minute, he rushed his shot a little bit, in my
Yeah.
view. And then probably the miss of the game was at Newport towards the back end of the game, on the 88th minute.
Mm.
The game was getting a bit far too open. It was like basketball at the end. It really was end to end, and it's certainly too open for an away team's liking in the 88th minute. And they got the ball across to the man who's in acres of space at the far post with an open goal, and it seemed to either go behind him or he tripped over it, and
Yeah, it's a good.
miss of the day.
That was Mr. the Day, and then Rosie had a chance, didn't he?
Yeah, and with 8 minutes
Right.
added on, with a ding dong game like that, you're thinking this could still go either way. As it turned out, it wasn't to be, and we had to settle for a 0-0 draw. We did see Curtis Thompson come back in, who looked quite confident, and good on the ball. He did get booked early on as well, which was for a tussle that was a bit of something and nothing. The ref got a little bit card happy, and Jordan Davis was seen again. Although I thought he
Yes.
looked a bit, he did look. I think David called him a bit rusty, and he certainly did look
Yeah.
a bit rusty.
He's a bit rusty, I think he said.
Yeah, and there was a couple of
So yeah.
things where the ball just didn't flow for him, or he overhit it or underhit it, and struggled. It was exciting last 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it. I was listening to it on the radio, and it was stressful listening to it because
Yeah, it was
it just sounded like they were going to score at one end, and it's at the other end, and then like just waiting for the commentator to say, "Oh, they've scored," or
Yeah. And you were in that 88th minute when you weren't far away. So
Yeah.
first draw of the season, and that's 5 wins
Yeah.
and 1 draw in 6 away from home. Also, in the last 10 games, that's 6 wins, 1 draw, and 3 defeats. Which are the home defeats as it goes. But overall, not a bad return from the last few games. Certainly the away form.
Absolutely. And now we've got the draw. it's the away form turning a little bit, and we need to get the home form
Yeah,
up and running.
and we could do with that at the weekend, couldn't we? Certainly against the Cowleys.
The Cowleys. I mean, looking at there's great opportunity the next 3 games to get. Well, I can see us getting maximum points if we apply ourselves properly.
Yeah,
We've got Colchester, Accrington, Stanley, and then we've got Morecambe away.
Yeah.
So it's 3. If we win 2 and draw 1, I mean, it's
7
very,
from 9 will be a decent return, won't it?
yeah, we'll be in the top 4 or 5.
So just looking at the other scores, we've got Accrington drew with Swindon. When it looked like Swindon were in the lead and we're going to potentially win. Spoil Holloway's afternoon,
Yeah,
which is good, and we'll talk again a little bit about him in a little while. Barrow lost 3-1 at home to Wimbledon, who picked up their form again. Bromley drew with Carlisle again, which is a bit of a turn in form for Carlisle. Colchester helped us out by putting us back into 7th place in the 98th minute.
99th minute.
Yeah. So that 1-1
Andy
draw.
Cook scored for Cookie scored for Bradford.
Yeah,
as always.
And did you get the other scorer for the weekend, Vex Mariners?
Reese Brown.
Reese Brown, well remembered. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm impressed, Steve. I don't know how you do it.
I just write stuff down.
Just got it in your head. And we also noted Andy Dallas, who didn't want to come to Grimsby Town, so bollocks to him. Scored for Barrow, wasn't it? And they drew, as we've already said. Doncaster came from behind to draw 1-1 with Salford. Crewe beat Notts County 2-0. Harrogate beat Chesterfield 2-1, and they've lost the last 2 games now. Chesterfield.
Yeah, that was a surprise, that one. But
yeah, MK Dons came from behind to beat Cheltenham 3-2 at home. Morecambe lost 1-0 to Port Vale, who scored a really, really late winner. And they're on a great run of form. Won 10 of their 16 games, and we drew 0-0, of course. So that leaves us. There's Port Vale on top on 33 points. Crewe second on 28. Doncaster third on 28. Walsall fourth on 27, with MK Dons and Notts County in 5th and 6th on the same points, and us on 25 with Bradford behind us on 23. So we're not in a bad spot when you think where we would have possibly wanted to be at this stage of the season.
After what we're third of the way through the season, I'd have taken 10th mid-table.
I think we've got half the points now, haven't we? We had last year.
Yeah.
So we're not doing so bad.
We keep looking at the table. David Artell says he doesn't, but I think he does have a sneaky look.
Yeah, I think it's early still, isn't it? But
yeah, it's when he says he keeps. Well, we're in the playoff position now, so that's good. I'm thinking, well, do you know that if you don't look at the league table?
But saying it's early in the league, early in the season, it's also early from the point of view. You think, well, the sample of matches we've played, some of the teams, quite a number of the teams above us who are well fancied, don't we, as well? So it's about converting those other games, isn't it now?
Yeah, we're above teams. I didn't think we'll be above at this time, at this stage of the season.
No,
so like Chesterfields and that.
So. Yeah. So we've covered our ex-Mariners. Of the away games, just looking over the weekend of all the games we've of all those six games that we've played where we've not lost, we've had 4 clean sheets out of 6 games, which starts to tell a tale about the away form, doesn't it? Making ourselves really, really hard to beat. Equally, as again, I've repeatedly said, if you go into a game and you can't score, you're definitely not going to win. The best you can hope for is a draw. The same is true away from home or in any game. If you get into the habit of not conceding, you're not going to lose.
Absolutely.
And it's a great platform to build on.
Well, we've started to get a settled team. That's the other thing. It's just he's not making many changes. I know we've got some players coming back from injury now, so there might be some changes, but in midfield. But the actual defence is pretty solid. You know, it's solid and staying the same.
We haven't conceded an away goal for 345 minutes. That's 3 whole games against Newport, Wimbledon, and Tranmere. And the last time we conceded was in about, I think it was about the 16th minute at Salford. That was the last away goal we conceded.
Maybe we can go for another record then. Amount of minutes without conceding the goal away from home.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just do it. We've broke a few records this year, so
yeah. So Jordan Wright, great penalty save, big confidence boost. high praise from David Artell after the game. 2 clean sheets
Yeah,
on the trot. Looking, what he says is very pleasing, and he looks assured and very competent, which is a nice thing to hear from the manager. And I got the
definitely.
feeling from him and Wright himself, who was also interviewed over the weekend, that he feels the same.
Yeah, it's going to be my manager talking like that about you. It's going to boost your confidence for
Yeah,
any player.
absolutely. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, yeah. So he's and he won't. He doesn't dish it out if unless it's valid. So
Oh no, he's quite
that's
happy to, without lambasting players in public. He's quite happy to say the
mm,
stuff we didn't do well or whatever, isn't there? And he's
yeah,
certainly uh, giving him the full praise at the minute, which is good.
yeah.
Um, Other things to note from over the weekend. We really shouldn't, but I think we ought to just mention Scunthorpe getting defeated by Warrington Rylands,
Oh,
the Northern Premier League club
was that
from
leisure centre?
Warrington. Yeah, it's in a housing estate called Orford in Warrington, near where I used to live,
Right,
and yeah, it's known for sort of like kids football on a Saturday morning and all that sort of stuff. If you look them up on Twitter, there's not a football club Twitter account. There's just Rylands under 12s, under 14s, under 16s, under 18s. And like I say,
crikey,
the playground is their playground. Their ground is next to a playground with
a
well, it's probably
playground.
right first time. Uh,
He
uh,
probably was, yeah.
a leisure centre sort of set up gym next to it and what have you. So it just sort of just shows you the level of from where Scunny were championship wise. Not even Warrington Town, who were in the same league as Scunny. Warrington Rylands is a sub team in Warrington, which
That's just mad, isn't it?
is
That.
madness. And they've
And I said on the radio 10 years ago, Scunthorpe were in League One.
yeah,
I think it was League One, and just appointed Mark Robbins
wow, yes,
as
you said
manager.
yeah over the weekend. It's
Like that is just ridiculous, isn't it?
insane,
From where
isn't
that,
it? Yeah.
yeah,
Look what
they've just definitely,
he's gone on to have had a really good career, hasn't he? In management now.
yeah, Mark Robbins.
And Scunny, despite being in the top part of the league, I'm not sure they're second, third, or fourth now. Um, they've only won 3 games in the last 14 in all competitions.
Crikey,
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's
no,
some stat that when you
mm,
think about it, and not ones to gloat, but they were quite
I
happy to
noticed
gloat
it
over us when we were doing crap.
on the radio on Saturday. They were waiting for him to come up to be interviewed, and was it 3 minutes to 6? I think it was. He
Yeah.
disappeared.
Oh yeah, I'm still here. I fell off the screen, haven't I again?
Yeah, yeah, he came up about 3 minutes to 6 because obviously they can't.
Yes, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to have to be a quick one. I can't remember his name. His manager,
Andy Butler.
Andy Butler, but he didn't sound too great.
No, he didn't sound very tough, did he?
But I think that was the deliberate. I'll just go up for a couple of minutes, show me face.
Yeah.
You
Tell you what,
disappeared, mate.
I know. I'll come back on in the other position
Right
just
there.
just for good fun.
You're a bit clearer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so that's sad to see, but we can gloat, can't we? While they're doing crap, and I genuinely hope they do sort themselves out and get
Mm.
better because you can't have a rivalry without rivals. So yeah, we can take the mick.
They'll
But
come. They'll come back. It's just going to be might take a few years, like.
well,
But,
if they don't perk up soon, they could be down there for quite some time. But yeah,
mm.
fingers crossed. Although yeah, um,
I know when I saw that result, like I thought, oh, I don't know if you knew they were playing them.
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought, oh gosh, I've got to show you that. Got to message you.
definitely. Other weird news from the week is our old friend Mr. Holloway has decided that
Mm.
the Swindon Town training ground is haunted. Ooh, like
Yes.
ooh. And he's getting his
What a
missus in
nutter.
to sort out
Yeah, his wife's coming in
the
because
exorcism.
to waft sage around everywhere to get rid of the ghosts or whatever.
I'm sorry, mate, but what a
God,
clown! What a clown!
yeah. It was embarrassing, isn't it? To come out with stuff like that.
It started here. I mean, I've seen some messages from Swindon. I've commented and stuff on them
Mm,
saying, "Oh, here it goes! It's starting already." And I said, "I know you
yeah.
hate him, but he's good. He's got charisma and all." I said, "Yeah, we fell for it ourselves.
We
Yeah,
did.
we
I've still got a Holloway hat
yeah,
in my house.
yeah. I felt positive. I thought, oh yeah, we've got,
Did.
we've actually gone for a manager who's got a bit of a name behind him, and he's
Mm,
yeah, he says funny stuff, and it's great and funny. When he got beat 5-0 at Tranmere, and he's saying weird stuff, and that it really pisses you off. And I think,
yeah.
much as I don't want him to do damage to another club, I fear the worst for him.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, we're not playing them at home until April. I
Yeah,
think it is.
will he
So,
make it?
so well, he
Or
might be
will
the
he get
manager.
taken away?
He'll be transported to another planet.
Holloway's got the Willies. Yeah. I don't know.
So
So,
yeah,
so Holloway, yeah, he's losing the plot again, and he's
well,
mad,
he'd
and
lost it. He'd lost it ages ago.
yeah, I had an interview with him on the radio the other week. He was talking about, oh well, I'm playing against formations I've never seen before. I'm thinking, talk about out of touch. I mean, that's just admitting it, isn't it? Oh, I didn't know you weren't allowed to do this in the technical area. Well, maybe before you took the job, you should have been having a bit of a look about what the latest rules and that are. Because you're just
Yeah,
sounding a clown
he's
now, mate. Really does.
yeah. I don't. Why on earth he got a job? It's just ridiculous.
Well, I just
But
what I can't understand is well, I can understand people falling for it, but I don't want to see people falling for it because I hate people seeing people duped,
yeah,
particularly by somebody who's a bit of a fraud.
yeah. I can see them. It, I can see him taking them down. If
Yeah.
it swindling down.
Well, the guy said, "Oh well, we're in the shit anyway, so we've got somebody with a bit of charisma, great, and all that." And I thought, yeah, that's what we get exactly what we thought. And guess what?
Mm,
It hastened our relegation to the point where
it
even
did.
Paul Hurst couldn't rescue us. And I have to say, I thought Hurst should have done better, but he didn't.
Mm.
But he got us back in at least, so fair play to him.
Oh, he got us back in. Yeah, that's definitely.
So
Yeah, I think Holloway. I'd be very surprised if he's still manager at the end of the
the
season.
the bull's going to wear a bit thin, isn't it? Before long
Yeah,
with them,
I
I'm
think
sure.
he's only contracted to the end of the season, isn't
Is
he?
he?
Is he?
Is he?
I believe I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What was it the other
I
day? I saw a funny was the Archbishop of Canterbury resigned. I saw a headline that said "Big Sam for the church for the till the end of the season," and there was a picture of Big
Jesus,
Shot in the Archbishop's hat, which made me
Sam, Big Sam.
yeah, Big Sam to the end of the season. Made me laugh, made me chuckle.
Wonder what he's doing now.
Yeah, he's probably counting his lolly.
Yes,
He's still got the best win rate of any England manager,
100%.
100%. Yeah, same
Yeah,
as Ruud van Nistelrooy at Manchester United.
yeah. He'll
Yeah,
be back.
yeah. You think?
He'll rude. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
bit
then.
more experience. So, shall we draw stumps at this point then, Mr. Risley, and we look ahead to the early kick-off against Colchester.
Yes.
So
It's, early kickoff because it's on Sky, I
yeah,
believe.
it'll be on the Sky Plus network. So
Yeah, there's a couple of early kickoffs, isn't there?
yeah,
So
so I shall certainly be there early on Saturday,
just
and we will hope for an upturn in our home form and a bit of positivity behind the lads.
and Cowley's in town. Yeah,
Yeah, and
always like to.
they're a bit like the old John Beck sort of negative tactics sort of mob, aren't they, that you want to see get
Yeah,
beat. So let's hope we can get ahead early and get a decent win behind us for a change.
yeah. And then we've got a Tuesday night game, haven't we? Is that the follow next week,
Is that next
or is
week?
that the week? Oh no, it's the week after. Sorry, yeah. We've got 23rd, and then we've got a what we got the more Accrington game. No, that's the Tuesday after, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the
Oh,
3rd of December.
yeah, Tuesday night.
Yeah, I think
Quite
it's the
early
FA Cup second round, isn't it? In
on the Saturday.
the Saturday the 30th.
Yeah.
So we haven't got a game.
Well, so that would
Um,
be good for us then, wouldn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. So two home games back to back coming up then. Although
yeah.
there's a
So
bit of a gap in between.
that's what I'm saying. We've got a real good opportunity. Get a
Yeah.
win Saturday.
Yeah.
We've got a potential 2 week, not 2 week break. 10 days till the Tuesday, week
Yeah.
of Tuesday.
Yeah.
Accrington at home, winnable, and then Morecambe away.
Yeah.
to Saturday. So great
Yeah.
opportunity.
Well, considering some of the teams we've got decent results against, you have to say there is some positivity there, isn't there? Fingers crossed.
Oh yeah,
Right.
top by Christmas.
On that positive note, we'll call it a day. Well
Yeah.
done to the Mariners on the great, what is now just an unbeaten away run. 5 on the trot and then a draw, which is great. 4 clean sheets. What more can you ask for? Up the Mariners,
I'm a happy.
Steve. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, well, you're below me now, so I'll say goodbye. Goodbye
Yeah,
from him. I can see me on the ceiling.
yeah, and
I'm dancing.
yeah. Oh, what a feeling!
I'm dancing on the ceiling.
Yeah, excellent. Take
Right, mate.
care, Steve. Have a good one,
And you,
and
Dave.
we'll
Cheers,
talk
mate.
soon. Cheers.
Up the
Up the
Mariners.
Mariners. Hang on. Up the Mariners. Thanks for that, mate. Thank you for watching or listening to tonight's show. You can catch us on YouTube, podcasts on Podbean or Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on our social media channels of Instagram, Twitter or X as it's now known, TikTok and Facebook. Please like, subscribe and share at every opportunity. It helps us a lot. Thanks a lot. Bye.